Hi everyone, it's Louisa from Jiggy Wrigglers. Are you all ready for your bedtime story? Should we find out what we're reading tonight? It's called A Squash and a Squeeze. Shall we start then? Are you sitting all comfy? A little old lady lived all by herself with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse, "There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." There you go, she's having a chat to the wise old man. Wonder if he's going to be able to help her. "Then take in your hen," said the wise old man. "Take in my hen, what a curious plan." Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug, flapped around the room, knocking over her jug. Can you see his egg? And uh-oh, the hen's knocked the jug off. The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was pokey for one, it's tiny for two. My nose is a tickle, there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." Uh-oh, so I can see the egg and I can also see the broken jug on the floor. "Then take in your goat," said the wise old man. "Take in my goat, what a curious plan." Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg and then sat down to nibble the table leg. Can you see him nibbling the table leg? The little old lady cried, "Glory be! It was tiny for two, it's titchy for three. The hen's pecked the goat's got fleas, and my house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. "Take in my pig, what a curious plan." She took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen, who kept raiding the larder again and again. Can you see the pig? He's in her cupboard eating all her food. The little old lady cried, "Stop, I implore. It was titchy for three, it's teeny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Then take in your cow," said the wise old man. "Take in my cow, what a curious plan." Well, the cow took one look, charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. Can you see the cow? He's dancing on her table, surrounded by all the other animals, the pig and the chicken. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive! It was teeny for four, it's weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out, I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." She said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." She's saying, "Help me, old man. What could I do next?" "Take them all out," said the wise old man. "But then I'll be back where I first began." She opened the window, out flew the hen. "That's better, at least I can sneeze again." She shooed out the goat, she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. There we are, can you see her getting rid of some of the animals? She huffed and she puffed as she pushed out the cow. "Just look at my house, it's enormous now." "Thank you, old man, for your work that you've done. It was weeny for five, it's gigantic for one. There's no need to grumble, there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room now in my house." Can you see her giving the cow a good push out the door? And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash, it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. So the old lady is very happy now she's got her house to herself. And can you see all the animals safely outside, no longer in her little house? Oh, what a lovely story. Well, that's the end of that story. And that means it must also be time for your bed. So off you go then. Go and have a lovely night's sleep, snuggle down. And I'm going to see some of you tomorrow with my live session. And then next week, Fiona and I will be back to do lots more jiggy wriggling with you. 2 more bedtime stories, another craft session, and 2 more live sessions. So do let us know if you want to join any of those. But in the meantime, have a fantastic weekend. So good night, everybody, and I'll see some of you tomorrow. Night, night. Bye.